Let me ask you something. Why do women start acting strange the moment you stop chasing them? You were texting less, calling even less, and suddenly, boom, she's posting cryptic stories, showing you the silent treatment, or suddenly finding herself. Here's the part no one tells you. Women are hyper aware when a man's interest starts to fade. Not a week later, not a month later, immediately. Because to a woman, a man losing interest feels like social death. It triggers something psychological, deep, subconscious, and primal. And if you're not aware of how she reacts when she realizes you're not that into her anymore, you'll get caught in emotional traps that you didn't even set. This isn't about manipulation. This is about understanding the psychological warfare that kicks in when a woman senses that you've stopped orbiting around her. Here's the truth. Some women don't want you, but they need you to want them. And the moment you stop doing that, something shifts in her behavior, sometimes subtle, sometimes explosive. Either way, if you're not paying attention, you'll fall for the act. Now, let's be honest. Most men think, oh, she's just busy, or maybe she's moody. No, you're witnessing a reaction. You're watching her ego respond to a perceived loss of control. And here's the catch. She might not even want you back, but she damn sure wants the power back. That's why you need to know the signs. These aren't just random mood swings. These are coded signals that tell you she knows exactly what's happening. So if you've been pulling away on purpose or simply lost interest naturally, these are the signs she's caught on. Let's break it down. 1. She suddenly gets extra friendly again. You thought she was gone. Maybe she even ghosted you for a bit. But now, out of nowhere, she's suddenly friendly again. Almost too friendly. Laughing at jokes you barely told, dropping smiley emojis in your texts, calling you by that pet name she hasn't used in weeks. You didn't change anything. You didn't chase her. So what happened? She realized you're slipping away, and now she's trying to reel you back in. This move is subtle but strategic. It's not always because she misses you. Sometimes it's because she misses the attention. She felt your absence. She noticed your energy shifting, and she's not okay with it. That nice girl act? That's damage control. Most men fall for this fast. They think, maybe she's into me again and jump back in. But pay attention. Does she ask real questions about you, or is she just checking if she still has you? If her friendliness feels sudden, out of place, or even awkward, it probably is. She doesn't want you back. She wants your focus back. Let's say you used to text her daily, then you stop. Suddenly she starts asking, hey, how have you been? Or drops random inside jokes from weeks ago. That's not nostalgia. That's her trying to reestablish connection without exposing vulnerability. She wants to test the waters to see if she still has access to you. And here's where most men get trapped. They confuse friendliness for renewed interest. It's not always the same thing. Friendly energy is often a tactic, not a confession. Some women are addicted to being wanted. Your disinterest becomes a threat to her self-image. She doesn't want to lose, even if she never really intended to commit. That's why her behavior becomes oddly sweet, overly casual, and sometimes even flirty. Don't let the sugar fool you. Watch the pattern. Ask yourself, was she this kind to me when I was fully invested? If the answer is no, then her new attitude isn't affection, it's reaction. You're watching a woman who feels your attention slipping and is now trying to mask panic with politeness. Don't confuse the comeback with care. Sometimes it's just ego in disguise. 2. She tries to make you jealous. When she knows you're losing interest, she won't always confront it directly. Instead, she'll hit you where it hurts, the ego. And jealousy, that's her favorite weapon. You'll start noticing things that feel just a little too obvious. She's posting stories with random guy friends that were never around before. She's tagging herself at bars, concerts, dinners with zero explanation. Suddenly, she's dressed like she's going on a date in every photo. Coincidence? Not even close. This is intentional. When a woman feels your attention drifting, her instinct is to reignite your emotional reaction. But not by being vulnerable. That's too risky. She'd rather provoke than plead. So she tries to make you wonder, who's that guy? Or is she over me already? Why? Because if you react, she knows she still has pull. If you ask, if you show a hint of jealousy, she wins. Now here's what most men miss. It's not about the guy she's posting. It's about you seeing her with the guy. She doesn't care if he's a real option. She cares if he makes you uncomfortable. And if it works, if you show signs of being bothered, she knows you're not done with her. That's the confirmation she's hunting for. And it's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's just a random name she drops in conversation, a vague mention of someone who won't stop texting her. Or she'll say, "This guy at the gym said I looked good today." It's planted. Every word is bait. And here's the twist: she might not even like the guy she's using. In fact, she may find him annoying. But if he can help her stir up insecurity in you, she'll use him without hesitation. When a woman senses you pulling back, her inner alarm goes off, and making you jealous becomes her power move to regain control. If you fall for it, you'll start chasing again, and that's exactly what she wants. So, what should you do? Stay calm, stay observant. Don't reward the performance because the moment you don't flinch, she's forced to either be real or walk away. Either way, you win. 3. She stops initiating, but still watches everything you do. Let's talk about one of the most confusing things a woman will do when she knows you're no longer chasing her. She goes quiet, real quiet. She stops texting first, doesn't ask to see you, doesn't even double text anymore. But here's the kicker: she's still watching everything. She views every story. She's online when you're online. She's liking your posts, reacting to your memes, or mysteriously showing up in places you're tagged in. It's like she's still there, but won't make a move. This is a classic ego protection strategy. She knows you've lost interest, or at least you're not acting the same. And instead of confronting you or being honest about how she feels, she goes into silent observation mode. Why? Because in her mind, silence keeps her pride intact. She doesn't want to risk reaching out and getting ignored, but at the same time, she still needs to feel close to your energy. That's why she keeps tabs on you from a distance. You'll start noticing things like she stops replying to your last message, but posts a quote that sounds like a reply. She doesn't message you but likes a post from 3 weeks ago. She's seen your message, but takes hours or days to reply, just enough to show she's not fully gone. This is indirect control. She wants you to notice her absence, but also notice that she's still around. It's subtle, but very intentional. She wants you thinking, is she still into me? And if you're not careful, you'll start chasing again just to find out. Here's what makes it worse. Her friends might still engage with you, or she might randomly view a reel you posted at 2 a.m., just enough to keep her presence in your mind, and that's exactly the point. She doesn't want you to move on too easily. This behavior is hard to read because it feels like a contradiction. But it's not. It's calculated. It's her way of holding on to attention without putting herself at emotional risk. So don't misinterpret the silence as indifference. It's often the opposite. She's watching, just waiting to see if you'll notice she's no longer chasing. 4. She starts playing the victim. Here's where things take a turn. She's no longer flirty, no longer mysterious. Now she's hurt. But pay close attention because this isn't always real pain. Sometimes it's performance. When a woman realizes you're losing interest and nothing else has worked, she shifts into the victim role. Suddenly, you're emotionally unavailable. You changed. You're not the same guy anymore. She starts dropping lines like, "I just don't know where we stand anymore. You've been acting distant lately. Maybe I'm just not enough." This is meant to trigger guilt, not love, guilt. Because if she can make you feel like you've hurt her, like you've disappointed her, you're more likely to come back just to fix things. Not because you want to, but because you feel responsible for how she feels. And a lot of men fall right into this emotional trap. But let's be honest here. Was she this emotionally open before you pulled back? Probably not. Probably. Was she this vulnerable when you were the one putting in all the effort? Doubt it. This tactic isn't always fake, but it is often exaggerated. She's not just expressing hurt, she's using it. She wants the emotional weight to shift back onto your shoulders. And here's where you need to wake up. Not all hurt is honest. Not all tears are truth. Sometimes it's just pressure in disguise. She may post vague, sad captions. She may tell mutual friends, "I don't know what happened. I thought we were good." She wants people around you to feel bad for her, not question her role in anything. And if you're not grounded, her sadness becomes your leash. She plays the victim, and suddenly you're the villain in a story she created. And all you did was stop chasing. Men, this is where a lot of you break. You go back just to fix her feelings. You apologize for things you didn't do. You start proving yourself all over again, and just like that, she has the power back. Don't fall for emotional manipulation dressed up as vulnerability. Real feelings are honest and calm. Guilt trips, blame games, and emotional storytelling, those are signs she's reacting to your shift in power. Stand firm, stay aware, and remember, you're not cold for losing interest, but you'd be a fool to ignore the game being played. 5. She tries to casually bump into you. You stop texting, you stop checking in, your interest is clearly fading. And suddenly, there she is, at your gym, at your favorite cafe, at that random spot she's never mentioned before. But now she just happened to be there. Yeah, right. This isn't a coincidence. This is proximity psychology in action. When women sense you slipping away, they often try to re enter your world without seeming desperate. The easiest way to do that, make it look like fate brought her back into your space. And most men don't see it coming. She acts casual. Oh, wow, I didn't expect to see you here. Didn't know you hung out around this area. But the truth is, she's been watching, calculating, waiting. Because when you stop giving attention, the physical distance becomes real. And with that distance comes disconnection. Her logic? If she can't get your attention through messages, likes, or stories, maybe she can spark it in person. Visual presence. Now an emotional reaction. Now here's the catch. She'll never admit it was intentional. She'll never say, I came here hoping to run into you. She wants to appear untouched, unbothered, and cool. But behind that accidental meeting is usually a string of thought. Is he still thinking about me? Will he notice me again if I show up? Can I make him miss me just by reminding him I exist? This behavior is even more common in tight social circles, college campuses, shared hangouts, or events where the crowd is predictable. She'll show up just close enough to be seen, but not close enough to look thirsty. Strategic positioning, nothing more. And here's the thing, fellas. She's hoping you'll initiate. If you speak first, ask why she's there, or even joke about the coincidence. Boom! She knows she still has influence. That's the real game. So how should you respond? Stay cool. Keep your energy solid. Don't act surprised. Don't over-acknowledge her presence. You don't need to be rude, just don't feed the moment. Because if you make her feel like the accidental meetup worked, she'll keep doing it. You'll find her orbiting your world again, not because she wants back in, but because she hates being on the outside. Real interest doesn't hide behind random run-ins. It speaks clearly. Everything else? Strategy. 6. Her social media becomes a highlight reel. This one's loud, and it's everywhere. You lose interest, start pulling back, and suddenly her social media turns into a movie trailer for the best life ever. She's glowing. She's outside. New outfits, new friends, deep captions, brunch pics, gym selfies, laughing videos, and that one thirst trap with the I don't chase, I attract quote. Let's not sugarcoat it. This is a performance. And you're the audience. See, when a woman realizes she's not the center of your attention anymore, one of the fastest ways to fight that is to rebuild her image of value and show it to you loudly, consistently, visually. She's not doing all that for herself. She's doing it so you see it. What's she trying to prove? That she's fine without you? That she upgraded? That she's desired? And deep down, she's hoping you notice. She's thinking, if I can look like I'm winning, maybe he'll start wondering why he let me go. It's a psychological flex, a digital mirror that says, look at what you're missing. And here's what makes it messy. Some of it might actually be real. She is going out. She is putting effort into herself. But the intention behind it, that's where it gets interesting. Because when a woman is really over you, she's not worried about what you see. She's just living. But when she's trying to look over you, not be over you, you'll feel it. Every post becomes a mini message. Every picture, a signal. It's subtle, but targeted. She might post in a place you used to go together. Use a caption that sounds like a sub. Add a song lyric that mirrors your recent situation. You're not imagining it. It's curated. Now, here's where most guys mess up. They take the bait. They watch the stories, like the photos, swipe up with a fire emoji, and she knows she's still got you. That little ego boost, that's all she wanted. If you really want to hold your ground, don't react. Don't fall into the trap of trying to win the social media game. You already did. Your disinterest started this whole campaign. So just remember, when she starts performing online, it's not confidence. It's commentary. She knows you're slipping, and now she's playing to the crowd, hoping you're still watching. 7, she tries to reclaim the upper hand with silence. You stop chasing, you stop texting, you stop showing interest, and just like that, she goes silent too. No likes, no messages, no accidental run ins, nothing. But don't get it twisted. This isn't peace. It's a power play. Silence for some women is the final card. When everything else fails sweetness, jealousy games, guilt, even social media stunts she pulls back completely. Why? Because now it's about control. She's thinking, if I stop talking to him, maybe he'll wonder where I went. If I give him a taste of his own medicine, maybe he'll come back around. Let's see how long he can really go without me. This kind of silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. She doesn't want to seem like she's chasing. She wants you to feel the absence, to question it, to feel unsettled. Because silence, when used intentionally, becomes loud, uncomfortable, heavy. And she's betting on the idea that eventually you'll break it. And here's where men start spiraling. Did I mess up? Should I reach out? Why hasn't she said anything? Boom, she wins. You're thinking about her again. Mission accomplished. But let's be clear, this isn't a healthy reset. It's not two people naturally drifting apart. It's psychological warfare masked as emotional distance. And if you're not aware, her silence starts controlling you. Without her saying a single word, the worst part, she'll act completely unbothered the entire time, posting like life's perfect, laughing in group stories, engaging with everything and everyone except you. That's how the silence gets weaponized. She's not just quiet, she's calculated. She wants to reclaim the upper hand by showing you that she can detach better than you can. This is where most men cave. They send the text, they check in, they just want to talk. Don't. Let her sit in her silence. Let her wonder why you're not reacting. Because the moment you do, you flip the power right back into her hands. Remember, the silence isn't always peaceful. Sometimes it's a performance. And if you've already lost interest, let her quiet power play echo into nothing. That's when she realizes you're not playing anymore. 8, she asks mutual friends about you. This one's sneaky, and it flies under most men's radar. You've pulled back, you're not texting, you've clearly checked out emotionally, and instead of reaching out to you directly, she starts working behind the scenes. She hits up your mutual friends, asks how you've been, slips your name into random conversations, acts like it's just casual curiosity. But it's not casual at all. It's calculated. She wants updates without looking vulnerable. She doesn't want to text you first, doesn't want to appear pressed, but the silence is killing her, and now she's trying to collect intel. This is what's really happening behind those innocent questions. Have you seen him around lately? And is he still going out, or has he moved on? He's been quiet, huh? Why isn't he talking to me anymore? Is he seeing someone? I need to know if I've been replaced. She's fishing for clues without fishing directly. And the worst part? Sometimes she asks your friends just so they'll go tell you. She wants you to hear, hey, guess who was asking about you? Because that makes it look like she still cares, while letting you make the first move. It's all about ego preservation. She gets to stay cool while still getting answers. And if you bite, if you reach out just because you heard she asked about you, she gets confirmation that she still holds space in your mind. That's the power move. But let's look deeper. If she truly didn't care anymore, why even mention your name? Why even ask exactly? Because your silence is louder than she expected. And that quiet confidence, it's making her nervous. So instead of stepping up and being direct, she goes through third parties, hoping to find out if she still matters. If she still has emotional access, if there's still a door open, and here's what you do: nothing. You don't react to the friend who tells you. You don't message her just because she seems curious. You don't confirm anything. Because once you stop giving her the power of information, the game ends. Let her wonder, let her guess, let her ask around. But don't answer. Because the moment you don't, she'll realize you really did lose interest and she's not in control anymore. 9. She mentions how busy she is now. Now, here comes one of the most passive aggressive signs she's caught on. You stopped chasing, and all of a sudden, she's super busy. She starts throwing it into conversations. I've just been really focused on myself lately. Work has been crazy. I barely have time to sleep these days. On the surface, it sounds normal, innocent even. But underneath it, she's flexing her emotional independence. See, when a woman feels you're slipping away and it starts bothering her, but she refuses to admit it, what does she do? She overcompensates. She paints this picture of being completely booked, completely focused, and completely unbothered. This is her way of saying, you're not the only one who can act distant. But here's what most guys miss. If she really didn't care anymore, she wouldn't feel the need to tell you how busy she is. She'd just be busy. Mentioning it constantly is her way of reclaiming emotional power. She wants you to think, wants? Damn, maybe she's moved on already. Maybe she has no time for me now. Maybe I lost my shot. And that little flicker of doubt? That's exactly what she's hoping for. This is all about perception. She wants to show you that your absence didn't knock her off balance. In fact, she's doing better than ever. More friends, more work, more gym, more healing. But if it was real, she wouldn't be trying so hard to say it. This is especially common in situations where there's no closure. She's not sure if you've lost interest completely, and now she wants you to think you're the one who got left behind. It's a power reversal. Here's where you stay sharp. Don't get emotional. Don't respond with, oh, cool, me too. Let her have the stage, because if she's really over it, she won't need to announce it. Men, understand this. When a woman keeps telling you how busy she is out of nowhere, it's not a schedule update, it's a message. She knows you're slipping, and now she's scrambling to rewrite the story. But if you're really done, no message changes that. Let her be busy. You've got peace now. Keep it. 10. She becomes overly flirtatious with others in front of you. This is the final shot, the last swing she takes before giving up completely. You've stopped chasing, your interest has clearly dropped. And now, she turns up the charm. Just not for you. Suddenly, she's laughing a little louder when another guy talks. She's way too touchy with someone who used to be just a friend. She posts flirt-heavy comments, tags herself at parties, drops fire emojis under random dudes' pics, and if you're around, she makes sure you see it. Why? Because she wants one thing, a reaction. This is retaliation psychology. She knows she's not getting your attention anymore, so now she's trying to trigger your competition instinct. She wants to make you feel what she's been feeling. Ignored, replaced, unwanted. It's not always about attraction. In fact, most of the time, she doesn't even want the guys she's flirting with. She just wants you to feel uncomfortable. That moment you flinch, she wins. This is why she'll flirt in your presence, or worse, within your digital space. You'll see her commenting under a guy's photo. You'll notice the playful banter on her stories. You'll hear from mutual friends about how she's been out here lately. It's not by accident, it's a test. What she's really saying is, if I can't get his attention with kindness, maybe I'll get it with jealousy. If he's not chasing me, maybe he'll start once he sees someone else might. But here's the real game. She's not doing it to move on. She's doing it to pull you back in. It's her final attempt at regaining power. And fellas, this is where a lot of men lose frame. They get territorial. They start messaging again, asking questions, making petty comments. And just like that, they're reinvested. Don't fall for it. Let her flirt. Let her perform. Let her pretend. Because if it was real, she wouldn't need an audience. And if she really wanted someone else, she wouldn't make sure you were watching. This isn't freedom, it's frustration. And when you don't respond, when you stay cool, unfazed, and in control, that's when she realizes she's not holding the strings anymore. Game over.